Hello folks, it's Stan, WB2LQF, here once again. It was only a couple weeks ago I did a video on KN4YB's right angle bug, and I really liked it. Probably the best right angle bug that I've ever had the pleasure of operating. I liked it so much that I decided I was going to splurge and I was going to get his paddle. And I just got this today, and I am oh so pleased. But I didn't get the stock one. I asked Tom if he could do a little customization for me. Now basically my paddle is exactly like all of his stock Iambic paddles. However, having been a ham for 55 years and coming up with a bug, they're my favorite key. I've never been comfortable with very close spacing. I'm looking for that inch or so, okay? So I asked Tom if he could give me a 1-inch OTO. And he did that. And in order to do that, he had to custom make these arms for me, okay? This might not be exactly what everybody else wants, but I love it. This paddle is fabulous, in my opinion. Now, Tom's got about 35 years of machinist experience, and I had the pleasure of talking to him on the phone just a couple of days ago when we were discussing how I wanted my paddle built. And his attention to detail and the quality of his design, it just shows through. By the way, let me mention, he told me he makes all his own parts. See all these various parts here? He makes them all himself. That's sort of refreshing. The paddle itself is, as I mentioned, it's got the 1-inch OTO, and it uses a quad ball bearings. So it's a ball bearing key. It's a spring key. It's not a magnetic key, and I like that. I've got nothing against magnetic keys, except that the favorite key in the whole world is this 20-year-old kit key that I built. Uses a ballpoint pen spring in here, okay? And it's got a 1-inch OTO. And it was built by the guy who I think currently produces or recently produced a Black Widow. I got this from the Arizona Scorpions. You can see the guitar pick with the little scorpion on it there. I love this key. It's but it was time to replace it. And what I was hoping was that Tom could produce a paddle for me that would be just as good as what I've got here, but one that wasn't reaching the end of its useful life. And he certainly did that for me. He's got fine-tuning threads on the pitch. Fine-tuning pitch on the threads, I should say. And you can adjust this thing just as delicately as you want. And once you've locked down the adjustments, it ain't going anywhere. The paddle, like the bug, was designed by Tom to be user-maintained. There's really nothing that you'd have to send it back to Tom for. You could replace parts or fix it yourself. It's got a utility hold-down hole here in the center. But by gosh, even though it's a very small size paddle, it just doesn't go anywhere. And I am kind of ham-fisted. It doesn't move. Underneath, you got the same quality as up top. He's got a 3-foot cable here that he supplied with a strain relief, actually bolted right down here. 4 nice rubber feet, and I am just completely pleased with my newest acquisition. Anybody wants to contact Tom and discuss a key like this. You can reach him at email devoe810@aol.com. I believe he sells both through eBay and directly. All you got to do is email him. You forget the email, well, look him up in QRZ, and you get it right off of that. He's a heck of a nice guy who has all of this experience, and he's willing to share it with those of us in the community who perhaps are not in a position to or just choose not to spend as much money for a key as the price of a small radio costs. There are some keys out there that cost you more than ICOM radio. All right, that's about it for now. 7-3, and hope to see you on the band. Make it 40 meters this time of the year. Bye-bye.